I got everything I ever wanted. The dream career, the money, the house. The life the world screams is the whole point. And now, at 68, standing at the edge of 70, in a home filled with expensive silence, I can tell you, it cost me everything that actually mattered. I'm not here to teach you how to succeed. I'm here to warn you about it, to tell you about the hollow echo of the triumphs you think you want before it's too late for you. Because 3 dark truths finally caught up with me. Truths I learned in the chilling quiet of my own empty victories. Look at this room. Every chair, every painting on the wall. It was a goal, a milestone. I bought that chair the day I made partner. That car in the garage, a bonus for a deal that crushed our competitor. I have a portfolio that could take care of my family for 3 generations. By every measure society uses to judge a man's worth, I won. I'm a success. But at 68, you start to see things differently. The light hits at a lower angle. The days feel shorter. And the nights? The nights are for a different kind of accounting. You don't tally up assets. You tally up moments. And my ledger is terrifyingly blank. I have a collection of expensive things, but no collection of memories. I traded bedtime stories for board meetings, anniversaries for quarterly earnings calls, school plays and first heartbreaks for the rush of a stock ticker. I told myself it was all for them, for my wife, for my kids. I said I was building a fortress of security, but a fortress is also a prison. And I ended up being both the warden and the only inmate, trapped by the walls I built with my own ambition. The success I was chasing was a mirage, and the closer I got, the more the real world, the one with laughter, tears, and connection, faded into the background. Now, all I have are the ghosts of those missed moments. They don't speak, but they never stop screaming. So listen to me. Think of me as a ghost from your own future, showing you the chains you're forging right now. Because these 3 dark truths have come to define my regret. The first truth is also the most seductive. The success you're told to chase is just a beautifully decorated cage. From the time we're kids, we're handed a map. Get the degree, get the job, climb the ladder, buy the house. There's a title you're supposed to reach, a number in a bank account, a neighborhood you're supposed to end up in. That's the finish line they draw for you. But here's what no one tells you. The people who gave you that map won't be there to hold your hand at the end of your life. And still, we follow it blindly. I was the best map follower you could meet. In my 20s, I was hungry. I saw the men at the top of my firm in their tailored suits with their confident walks, and I thought, I want that. I never asked myself if I wanted the life that came with it. I just wanted the prize. So I worked. God, did I work. First one in the office, last one to leave. While my friends were taking weekend trips and falling in love, I was falling in love with the hum of the server room at 2 a.m. I remember once, early in my marriage,
my wife left a note on my desk. It was our 3rd anniversary. It said, "The party is at home, not in this office. Please come share it with me." I read it, felt a small sting of guilt, and I called it inconvenience. Then I put the note aside and finished the proposal I was working on. I got home after she was asleep. But hey, I got the promotion that quarter. So I told myself I'd won. What I didn't see was that with every rung I climbed on that ladder, the bars of my cage were getting thicker. The world called it ambition, drive, hustle. But it's an addiction. Not to the work itself, to what other people think of you. And like any drug, you always need a bigger hit. First, it's the promotion, then the bigger office, then the company car. Each one gives you a quick hit of satisfaction, then it fades. And you're already chasing the next one. I was so focused on the life others expected of me, I never stopped to ask if it was the life I wanted. This is the most common regret of the dying, and I'm living it. I wasn't choosing my life, I was just filling a prescription. The brutal truth is, if you're not designing your own life around what you truly value, you're letting someone else's idea of success quietly run your life into the ground. Now, at 68, I sit in this big, empty house, and I can tell you the market value of every object in it. But I can't, for the life of me, remember the sound of my daughter's laughter when she was 6. I kept every receipt for my success. But somewhere along the way, I lost the currency of joy. I won the game they told me to play, but I forfeited my soul in the process. That's the thing about the cage. It's comfortable. People admire it, but it's still a cage. And by the time you realize you're in it, you've already forgotten how to fly.
The second dark truth is one you already feel in your bones, but you keep denying it until it's far, far too late. Time isn't a resource you manage, it's a predator. And the cruel part? It moves faster as you get older. When you're young, you live in this soft, harmless illusion of later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll take that trip someday. I'll spend more time with my family when things calm down. You let moments drift past you, believing you can always get more of them. And then one day, you look back and realize those small moments were your life, and you just watched them die. I was the king of tomorrows. My entire life was a masterpiece of procrastination whenever it came to the things that actually mattered. My kids would stand at the door with a ball and glove, eyes shining. "Dad, can you play with us?" And I'd hold up a hand without even looking away from my screen. Just as soon as I finished these emails, that soon turned into an hour. The hour turned into night, and the night turned into another missed childhood afternoon I never got back. The ball and glove ended up in the garage, gathering dust, a quiet little monument to what my real priorities were. People call it a cliché. I missed my kids growing up. Let me tell you something. It stops being a cliché when it's your kids, when it's your life. We like to pretend we're being smart. We tell ourselves we're investing our time now for some big payoff later. Later, we'll relax. Later, we'll travel. Later, we'll finally be present. But later is a fantasy island most people never reach. Time doesn't store your unused joy in some savings account. It doesn't say, "Don't worry, I'll give it back to you when you're ready." It just ticks on, and every moment you trade away is gone. No refunds. I remember my 50th birthday. It felt like I had blinked. My son was in college. My daughter was getting her driver's license. They were these fascinating, funny, complicated human beings. And I realized, with a kind of horror I can still feel in my chest, that I barely knew them. I had been a provider, a benefactor, an authority figure, but I hadn't been a father. I was a spectator in my own family, getting updates on their lives secondhand from my wife, like they were characters in a show I never had time to watch. And it's not just the big milestones you lose, it's the tiny, forgettable moments that turn into everything. The thousands of dinners I ate with a report in my hand instead of a conversation. The hundreds of times I sat at the table, physically present, but mentally a million miles away. The walks I didn't take, the sunsets I didn't watch. Each one felt like nothing at the time, just a grain of sand. But grains of sand pile up, and one day you look up and realize you're buried under a mountain of regret. Your time is the most precious thing you will ever own. Don't waste it living a life designed by someone else's expectations. The predator is always stalking you. Every day it gets a little faster, and you get a little slower. Don't wait until you can feel its breath on your neck to finally turn around. This brings me to the final and most brutal truth, the one that keeps me up at night. The third dark truth is this: neglected relationships don't gently fade away, they die. And once they die, there is no bringing them back. Think about it. We treat our careers like delicate machines. We plan them, we review them, we set goals and track progress. We'd never ignore our job for a year and expect it to still be there when we came back. And yet, that's exactly what we do to the most important people in our lives, quietly, every single day. I told myself my work was an act of love. I provided a beautiful home, the best schools, no money worries. I thought, this is how I show I care. It's the great tragic delusion of the ambitious person. I was so busy being the architect of our life that I forgot to actually live inside the home I was building. Relationships are living things. They need attention, presence, care. Neglect isn't some dramatic explosion. It's a slow poison. It's not ripping the plant out of the soil. It's quietly turning off the water. It doesn't die overnight. It just gets a little duller, a little more brittle, until one day you touch a leaf and it crumbles to dust in your hand. That's what I did to my marriage. That's what I did to my connection with my children. I remember one night, my daughter called me from college, sobbing over some boy who'd broken her heart. I was in the middle of a conference call. You know, one of those calls you can't even remember a week later. I whispered, "Honey, can this wait? I'm in a really important meeting." The line went quiet, and then she said, in this small, careful voice I can still hear, "Okay, Dad, it's fine." She hung up. I told myself I'd call her back. Of course I didn't. The crisis of the meeting swallowed me whole, but the real damage was already done. In 1,000 tiny moments just like that, I taught my daughter a lesson. My work mattered more than her pain. Now, when we talk, our conversations are polite, safe, distant. We talk about the weather, her job, the news. We never talk about her heart. I closed that door with my own hands, and now, standing on this side of the years, I have no idea how to open it again. I wish I had held her more, listened longer, said, "I love you" more often, not as a sign-off at the end of a call, but a simple, unprovoked truth. For people my age, this is the biggest regret. Not spending more time with family and friends. We put ambition ahead of connection, telling ourselves we're doing it for them, and then we wake up one day, successful and profoundly alone. The devastating truth is, once a relationship has been starved for years, once a bond has truly snapped from neglect, you almost never get it back. You're left sitting across from a stranger who has your eyes. And that void, that quiet living grief, hurts far more than any financial loss or career failure you can imagine.
I'm looking at you now, through this camera. I see you listening, maybe nodding. But I also see you thinking about that email, that deadline breathing down your neck. I see you telling yourself, "That won't be me. I'll find a better balance." I was you. I said those exact words. I thought I could outsmart regret. But regret isn't an opponent you beat. It's a consequence. So stop. Just stop for 1 second. Don't just hear me. Feel this. Feel the weight of my 68 years. Feel the chill in this empty house. I would trade every dollar, every award, every single shred of my success for one more afternoon playing catch with my son, for one more chance to hold my wife's hand and actually listen, for one more phone call where I tell my daughter that she is the most important meeting in my world. But I can't. That time is gone. You, though, you still have the time I can never get back. It's right there in your hands, more valuable than any stock. You're at a crossroads. Down one path is the shiny cage I live in. A lot of people will cheer for you as you walk toward it. The other path is harder. It means saying no to the world so you can say yes to your soul. It's not always glamorous, but it's the only path that doesn't end in the silent, hollow ache of regret. What are you going to do? These are the truths I paid for with my life. 1. Stop chasing a version of success that will leave your soul bankrupt. Define it for yourself, based on your values, not what other people expect. 2. Treat every single day like the precious, unrecoverable gift it is. Time is slipping through your fingers. 3. And most importantly, nurture your relationships like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your happiness, your health, your legacy. It all comes down to the love you give and the love you let in. Don't wait until you're 68. Don't wake up surrounded by the ghosts of the life you could have lived. You have the chance right now to choose differently, to close the laptop, to make the call, to just be present. You have the power to rewrite your ending, starting today. Please, don't let my story become your future.
If this message reached something deep inside you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more lessons from a life of hard-won wisdom, consider subscribing. Thank you for listening.